Hello and greetings. This is Tamra Fleming, and we are here with Danielle Hamlett. She is a time efficiency consultant, and we're going to talk about my experience with her because, oh my God, I resisted time blocking for so long in my life, not just in the last few months, but I basically got myself up to probably 70 to 90 hours a week. And I just needed help figuring out how to have a personal life and how to make my life better and how to be more efficient with my work. So what we're going to do is your free gift is the 10 gifts that came out of time blocking for me that I think you would also discover if you did time blocking too. So welcome, Danielle. We're going to talk about this together. How are you?
Awesome. I'm great. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm excited because when we share this, what we're going to share, I just want to say to everyone on here, listen closely because this time blocking can actually totally change your life if you get serious about doing it. Can give you more free time, more peace of mind, more personal time, relationship time, more productivity while you are working. It's awesome. So what we're going to do is we are going to go through 4 of the 10 gifts because I want to have an opportunity to tell everybody kind of what happened to me when I went through this. So let's start. So the first one that I'm going to talk about is sanity. And sanity was something I didn't have. I was, again, working overwhelmed. Like literally in my office because I have so much to do, was just kind of like moving around lost. And so when Danielle got a hold of me and she was like, oh my God, you have, you have 2 weeks worth of time in 1 week that you have to get stuff done. Let's try to sort this out. So she went to work in the time blocking consultation afterwards. She went to work with my schedule after she listened to a download, an intake of everything that I needed to get done in my own mind. And then she went away and she created a calendar system for me to be able to block my time. Well, what ended up happening is as I started to try it out and test it out and feel my way into it, I actually felt like I had control of my time again. It was huge. And that links to number 2, which is value of time, valuing my time. I was so much more able to feel like I had control, but more importantly, feel like I wasn't going crazy. So what do you have to say about that?
Right. Yeah, that's one of those hidden benefits people don't realize is that we think we're going to be so regimented and structured that we won't have any control, but we actually gain more control by creating time blocks and being able to use them effectively.
Yeah. I think, this one, gaining sanity, I'm just going to type it up here real quick. Oh, that's funny. I typed it stand nutty like a nut. So, yeah. So sanity is basically something that we need as we go about doing what we're doing in our work world and in our personal world. And I mean, it's not something to be joked with. I was so in overwhelm, and I'm pretty sure there's probably 95% of the population lives in constant overwhelm. Right? There's just too many things to look at, too much stuff to look at. And when in the time blocking, when you gave me like, okay, you're going to focus, and you can share whatever the trick is, but the time, you're going to focus for the time, then you're going to take a break. And you're going to focus on only that and get that done. And I swear to God, everyone, that one totally changed my way of seeing time. I was like relieved. You gave me sanity back. So thank you for that.
Yes, you're welcome.
Okay, well, let's talk about the second one, which is personal time. Is that the one we want to talk about?
Yes.
It's actually number 3 of the 10. But one of the things that I was doing as a super bad habit is I was not leaving my desk at a proper hour. I don't need to eat a lot, so I wasn't leaving my desk. But then my new husband would get home and he would come home to a totally dark house. And I started to feel like, I'm the one that's home. I should be able to get up from my desk, start dinner, at least get it going, unfreeze the meat or whatever and get it going, and then turn on all the lights so that he felt welcomed when he came home. So I do that now. I have personal time for my relationship, which is also, I think that's number 4 on here too. And I have personal time for myself because now I'm getting up regularly at a regular time. And here's a fun tip for you. Somebody told me recently that if you try to wake up between 7 and 9, according to Ayurveda, it messes with your sleep cycle. You won't wake up. Your brain won't really wake up. So I made a pact with my friend to wake up at 6:45 or 6:30 or whatever. And what's happening now, I've been doing it for a week, is what's happening now is I'm waking up at 6, which is kind of really where I want to land. Mm-hmm. And my mind is clear. I get up, I'm ready to go. I'm not like groggy and dragging myself out of bed. Pretty cool one.
That is cool. And the thing about personal time is we all need it. We don't take it, but we're actually more productive when we have it. So it's one of those things that we can gain from time blocking that we need, but we don't usually use. And so that's what I love about this one specifically. Yeah,
it's amazing. I mean, literally, these things changed my world, my life. They are continuing to because I'm practicing. As I add, I didn't like make myself do all of it all at once. I said, okay, this week we're going to focus on this time block concept. The next one we're going to focus on next week, that one, and so I've been building it as I go. Well, let's talk about number 6, which is clarity. So I want you to talk about this one first because it's an interesting one.
So yes, clarity can be viewed in a couple of ways, but in the time blocking instance, it's being clear on what's really important because there is 9 million things we probably think we could be doing, but what is really important, what is clear for us to meet our goals, to create our ideal future, what does that look like? And time blocking allows us to gain that clarity when originally it's just whatever happens in the day or everything.
Yep, totally. So I'm going to follow that up because this was huge for me. I now ask myself the question, if I start to reach for something else and I'm time blocked, I ask myself my question, what is your number one priority, Tamra, right now? And it's literally because I'm a shiny pebble person and I will just go all over the place if I'm not disciplined enough. Mm-hmm. And so what I'm doing now is, wait a minute, like I'm literally like reaching for something, then I'm like, pull back. What's your time block focused right now? What are you doing? Because I know what they are. It's not something somebody else told me to do. It's what I set for myself, right? Oh yes, that needs to get done. And if I get that done right now, I will not drag it out. I won't have to do it this weekend. It'll be done. So clarity has been phenomenal for me. And I like being able to go from clarity time block chunk to another chunk because I'll just stop. Okay, that's good enough. Let it go, or pressure myself. And then I want to say pressure, but challenge myself to finish something in a time block. Right. That's the clarity that came too. All right. So let's talk about number 7 because 7 is flexibility. And it's the one thing that I absolutely want to have, but I was afraid to do time blocking because I was afraid I would be locked into having to do something a certain way and it wouldn't be flexible. So I'm going to let you talk about flexibility and then I'll come back and talk about my experience.
Right. So with flexibility and time blocking, there's a couple of techniques that you can do, but mostly it's you create this band of time in the middle of your day and you eat lunch or you do something else. But what that allows you to do is that allows you to split up your morning and your afternoon so that you can actually, if you really need to do something on Monday that was originally scheduled for Tuesday, you can flip those around. And that's one of the benefits of customized time blocking is that you can actually figure out what you need to do, but then you can move those blocks around in your week, depending on what's the most important that week.
Yep.
And I do believe that people think if you're time blocked, you can't be flexible, but there is definitely a way to do that.
Yeah. And when you told me that, I was a little skeptical because I was like seeing all these like rigid time blocks across my whole entire week. But what I found out is that, oh yeah, sure. Well, my brain isn't working at a certain time of the day and I have content creation blocked there, then I can move that to someplace else,
Mm-hmm.
And if I have something that comes in, I don't have to fear that I won't get something done. I can move it around, and it's working really well too, because with my clients, because I've blocked client time in certain areas, but not all the slots are full. So if I need to move someone or they need to move to a different slot, I can do that too. So that kind of flexibility has super worked for me. And in fact, that example of a client appointment, I would put them wherever they wanted to go, but that might not have been best for what I needed to get done in my schedule. So now there are only blocks for them. And I'm like, well, I have this block, this block, this block. Which one do you want? And they fit in the place that makes it work best for my schedule and all the things else that I have to get done on the other days. So that's pretty cool.
Yes.
Well, let's share one more, because this is so fun. The other one I would share on my side is probably dedication. And that can be that's number 9. And that can be a very dirty word. And I'm going to take it out of the dirty word category and make it a really powerful word, because when I spent the time with you, spent the money with you, spent the energy learning how to do this a different way, I was dedicated to making changes in my way I did time blocking. And because I did that, it's actually working. It's not perfect. I'm not perfect at it. I have given myself till the end of the year, which is another 6 weeks, to be able to walk myself through it as my life kind of unfolds, but also stick to things that I said I was going to stick to. So dedication, I think, is a really big key.
And I think you're right. I think, when you go through that process and, you go through the consultation and you go through the calendar creation and then the talking that comes from that, you really do start to buy into it. And when you start to try the time blocks, it really starts to work. And when it starts to work, you want to do more. And you become dedicated to that control. You become dedicated to the sanity, to the personal time, to the clarity, to the flexibility, and to all the other of the other 5 of the gifts of time blocking.
Yeah, we'll leave those for secrets so they can download your free gift.
Perfect.
So I just want to thank you, and I just want to ask if there's anything else you'd like everybody to know before we conclude our time together today.
Well, time isn't free, and it's what we have a limited amount of. So let's use it to get where we want to go, to do the things that we want to do and be productive. And so it's really why I do what I do, because we don't have a lot of it, but man, let's use it.
Let's use it the right way. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Well, I just want to thank you for being here today, for one. 2, for helping me really straighten out my life and give me my life back. And that's why I'm on here. I'm sharing Danielle's work with all of you, because, it is an investment that is worth tenfold what you spend to create your own time blocking schedule and get your life back. So I want to tell you how to reach her. So her website link is hopefully along with this video and this post, but she is at bailetteconsulting.com, and that is spelled BAILETTCONSULTING, bailetteconsulting.com. And you can go on there and schedule a free 30-minute conversation with Danielle. She'll talk to you. She'll see if you're a right fit for what she does. You'll get a feel for her work. And the investment, I'm telling you, is so incredibly worth it. There's just no question in my mind. If you need to figure out your schedule and do a better job and get out of overwhelm, get a hold of Danielle and book a session and talk to her about the work, because it's pretty darn freaking amazing. It's awesome. I love you. Yeah. And you've changed my life in such ways that, I just really didn't even expect. And I'm still learning about how being disciplined with your time can actually just reap miracles in your life. So thank you.
Yes, you're so welcome.
All right. Anything else you want to say to everybody before we hang up?
I think we're good. Just if you want, we will that download comes free when you schedule that 30-minute consultation with me, and I'd love to visit and let you have the rest of those gifts of time blocking.
Yeah, they're good ones too. They're good ones. Like you'll see the value in the time money equation as you go into talking to Danielle and seeing what the gifts that you'll walk away with when you schedule time with her. So, yay! Okay, good for now.
Awesome. Thank you.
See you, everyone. And please share this if you find anyone else in your community that you feel would need a time blocking session. Share away. All right. Bye for now.
Bye.